Wiltshire, a county in southwest England, is renowned for its historical landmarks and strange phenomena. In addition to its famous crop circles and ancient megaliths like Stonehenge, Wiltshire is now the site of an intriguing modern mystery: an egg-shaped metallic UFO sighting. This event, which occurred in the middle of a private field, has captivated both the local population and UFO enthusiasts, who have stated that over the last few decades, more and more of these oval-shaped UFOs are being witnessed, leading to a variety of interesting theories to be put forward. A man going by the name of John shared an intriguing picture of an odd oval-shaped object that had landed in the center of the field on social media. When he first drew closer, he claimed he thought it might have been a drone or something blimp-like, but he was unable to make out what he was seeing. The individual claimed that the encounter took place in Wiltshire, England, a region well known for being a hotbed for UFO sightings. The location of the object was on private land in the middle of a sizable field. The man claimed that although it is not visible in the picture, there are several signs to the left informing people that this is private land and barbed wire dividing the field from the road. The object's details emerged as he got closer. It was a metallic oval that was shiny and about the size of a small vehicle lying peacefully on the ground. The man saw that the item had a smooth, nearly mirror-like surface that reflected light and had a little to it. It was the smoothest-looking item John had ever seen, with no visible openings or seams. The thing seemed even more strange when the sun set, giving the landscape a golden tint. Oddly enough, this isn't the first time that this type of object has been witnessed. In fact, according to an interview conducted exclusively by the news outlet, the Daily Mail, a whistleblower has revealed that during the 1980s, an unidentified flying object with a distinctive egg-shaped, metallic exterior was securely stored at a hidden military base in Nevada. Engineers stationed at the Nevada Air Base have made a rather intriguing claim regarding a peculiar aircraft discovered in the desert, and they assert that the Central Intelligence Agency stumbled upon this mysterious craft and promptly transferred it to their custody for thorough investigation. However, faced with an overwhelming mystery, the engineers found themselves unable to gain access to the inner workings of the object. As a result, it was subsequently shipped off to another base, in hopes that further studies could be conducted. The man went so far as to suggest that the low humming sound was interacting with the surrounding vegetation in order to have an impact on the ecosystem. He saw that the plant stems were bending in the direction of the object, almost like a magnet. In 1976, a similar sighting was reported near the village of Avebury, involving an egg-shaped metallic object seen hovering over a field. Witnesses described the object as having a smooth, reflective surface and exhibiting flight capabilities far beyond conventional aircraft. Such incidents have kept Wiltshire at the forefront of UFO research and public interest. The more commonplace theories put out by skeptics were atmospheric occurrences or optical illusions, and they also contended that psychological variables, such as sleep deprivation or increased suggestibility brought on by the area's mystical reputation, might have impacted John's report. Several doubters suggested that since the item was observed on a farmer's property, it might have been a piece of farming equipment in use. However, believers have said that UFO sightings above farmland are not a new phenomenon, adding that reports of strange objects in the sky date back to ancient times. But the modern era of UFO sightings began in the mid-20th century. Rural areas, including farmland, have frequently been the settings for these encounters, possibly due to the clear visibility and lack of light pollution that such locations provide. One of the earliest and most famous cases occurred in 1950 in McMinnville, Oregon. Paul and Evelyn Trent captured photographs of a metallic, disc-shaped object hovering over their farm. These images remain some of the most credible and widely studied UFO photographs to this day, An impelling theory posits that these egg-shaped UFOs may actually be drones, serving as reconnaissance or exploratory vehicles for larger, more complex motherships. The concept of drones or unmanned aerial vehicles is well established in human technology. Modern drones are used for various purposes, including surveillance, scientific research, and military operations. By extrapolating from our own technological advancements, it is conceivable that an advanced extraterrestrial civilization could employ similar yet far more sophisticated technologies. Egg-shaped metallic UFOs are often described as exhibiting flight characteristics that surpass current human capabilities, and these include rapid acceleration, sudden changes in direction, and silent operation. Such capabilities suggest the use of advanced propulsion systems, possibly involving anti-gravity or inertial dampening technologies. If these smaller craft are indeed drones, they could be designed for optimal maneuverability and efficiency, enabling them to navigate diverse environments and gather data with precision. Reports of egg-shaped metallic UFOs often describe them as small, compact, and highly maneuverable. Witnesses frequently note their seamless reflective surfaces and the absence of visible means of propulsion, and these features align with the idea of a drone designed for stealth and efficiency. For instance, the 1964 New Mexico sighting by police officer Lonnie Zamora involved a small egg-shaped craft with unusual markings. The object was seen landing and then taking off at high speed, leaving behind physical evidence such as burn marks and depressions in the ground. Similar reports from various parts of the world describe small agile UFOs that appear to be conducting detailed surveys or inspections of the environment. UFO researchers that have spent decades looking into these mysterious aircrafts have suggested that these egg-shaped metallic UFOs are indeed drones, and their design and operation might serve several potential purposes. One primary function of these drones could be to gather information about Earth's environment, including its geography, climate, and biological diversity. Advanced sensors and imaging technologies could enable these drones to collect high-resolution data, which could be transmitted back to a larger mothership or to distant control center. These drones might also be used for scientific exploration, studying phenomena such as weather patterns, magnetic fields, and other natural occurrences. Their ability to hover and maneuver in precise ways would make them ideal for detailed scientific observation and analysis. Another possible function is the monitoring of human activity and technological progress. The presence of these drones near military installations, nuclear facilities, and other strategic locations suggests a keen interest in our technological capabilities and societal development. This surveillance could be part of a broader effort to assess potential threats or opportunities for contact. These drones might also be assessing the impact of human activity on the environment. With advanced sensors, they could monitor pollution levels, deforestation, and other indicators of environmental health. This information could be crucial for an extraterrestrial civilization in understanding how human actions are affecting the planet. If egg-shaped metallic UFOs are drones, it is likely that they operate in conjunction with larger, more complex motherships. These motherships could serve as command centers, housing sophisticated communication systems, scientific laboratories, and living quarters for advanced beings. The motherships might remain in orbit or hidden in remote locations, deploying smaller drones for specific missions and then receiving and processing the collected data. The relationship between the drones and the motherships could be akin to that between satellites and ground stations in human space programs. And the motherships could provide logistical support, repair facilities, and energy replenishment for the drones, ensuring their sustained operation over long periods. In more recent times, sightings of egg-shaped metallic UFOs have continued to be reported worldwide. For instance, In February 2004, pilots and crew encountered an egg-shaped object off the coast of California. The object, described as smooth and metallic, exhibited flight capabilities far beyond any known human technology. This incident, among others, has been part of ongoing investigations by the U.S. Department of Defense into unexplained aerial phenomena. Theories surrounding egg-shaped metallic UFOs are as diverse as the sightings themselves. Broadly, these theories can be categorized into natural phenomena, advanced human technology, and extraterrestrial origins. Some skeptics argue that many UFO sightings, including those of egg-shaped objects, can be attributed to natural phenomena. These explanations include atmospheric conditions, optical illusions, or misidentified man-made objects, such as weather balloons or conventional aircraft. However, this theory often falls short in explaining sightings involving high-speed maneuvers, sudden accelerations, and other characteristics that defy known physical laws. Another prevalent theory is that these UFOs are actually advanced human technology, possibly developed in secret by military or private entities. Proponents of this view point to the rapid advancements in aerospace technology and the possibility of classified projects that are far ahead of publicly acknowledged capabilities. These UFO incidents, for example, have led some to speculate about the existence of breakthrough propulsion technologies that could account for the observed flight characteristics. The most tantalizing and widely discussed theory is that egg-shaped metallic UFOs are of advanced origin. Advocates of this hypothesis argue that the advanced flight capabilities and behaviors observed in many sightings are indicative of technology far beyond human reach. This theory is bolstered by the lack of conclusive evidence tying these objects to any known human source. Furthermore, the presence of similar sightings across different cultures and time periods suggests a pattern that transcends mere coincidence or hoaxes. The impact of egg-shaped metallic UFOs has been profound, and many websites that track unidentified object sightings have said that this type of UFO sighting is on the rise. Public interest in UFOs has been further ignited by recent developments, such as the release of previously classified U.S. government documents and establishment of official programs to investigate unexplained aerial phenomena. These initiatives have lent a degree of legitimacy to the study of UFOs, encouraging more serious consideration of the subject within both scientific and governmental circles. In addition to their influence on popular culture, egg-shaped metallic UFOs have also had a tangible impact on scientific inquiry. Researchers in fields ranging from aerospace engineering to theoretical physics have been drawn to the challenge of explaining the extraordinary flight characteristics reported in many sightings. This has led to innovative ideas and theories, some of which may eventually contribute to advancements in human technology. Due to the amount of sightings that have been reported by eyewitnesses above Wiltshire in England, this location now has a reputation as a hotspot for UFO sightings, attracting the attention of researchers, enthusiasts, and curious tourists from around the world. Wiltshire's association with the mysterious dates back millennia, with its iconic ancient sites such as Stonehenge and Avebury. These megalithic structures have long been linked to astronomical observations and otherworldly connections, setting a cultural backdrop that primes the region for modern UFO lore. One of the most compelling UFO cases in Wiltshire occurred in 1965 near the village of Warminster. Residents reported a series of strange noises and unexplained aerial phenomena, leading to what is now known as the Warminster Thing. Over several years, hundreds of sightings were reported involving mysterious lights, cigar-shaped crafts, and flying discs. This period of intense activity firmly established Wiltshire in the annals of UFO history. In the decades since, sightings have continued to be reported across the county. Various theories have been proposed to explain why Wiltshire experiences A high concentration of UFO sightings. These theories encompass natural phenomena, human-made objects, and the possibility of extraterrestrial visitation. The most intriguing theory is that some sightings represent genuine encounters with mysterious aircrafts that can't be explained. Proponents argue that the advanced flight characteristics and behaviors observed in many Wiltshire UFO sightings suggest technology far beyond human capabilities. The persistent and detailed nature of some reports lends credence to the idea that Wiltshire might be a focal point for extraterrestrial surveillance or contact. Wiltshire's reputation as a UFO hotspot has had a significant impact on local culture and tourism, and the county has embraced its mysterious status with numerous events, tours, and attractions catering to UFO enthusiasts and curious visitors. Annual UFO conferences and gatherings in towns like Warminster and Marlborough draw speakers and attendees from around the world, fostering a community of researchers and believers. These events often include lectures, workshops, and skywatching sessions contributing to the local economy and promoting Wiltshire as a center for UFO research. As of right now, Wiltshire's status as a UFO hotspot is a fascinating blend of historical intrigue, modern sightings, and cultural impact. While explanations for the high frequency of UFO reports range from natural phenomena to advanced human technology and extraterrestrial visitation, the allure of the unknown ensures that Wiltshire remains a focal point for UFO enthusiasts. In the digital age of exploration, where satellite imagery and online mapping tools offer unprecedented access to the farthest reaches of the Earth, a remarkable discovery was made that sent shockwaves through the online community: a mysterious doorway spotted on Google Earth in Antarctica, seemingly leading into the depths of the Earth. What began as a routine exploration of the icy continent quickly turned into a tantalizing mystery, captivating the imagination of armchair explorers and researchers alike as they speculated about the secrets that lay hidden beneath the ice. The story of the Antarctic doorway began with a curious individual scouring Google Earth in search of remote and inaccessible locations to explore from the comfort of their own home. As they navigated the icy expanse of Antarctica, their attention was drawn to a peculiar anomaly, describing it as a perfectly rectangular shape protruding from the frozen landscape with what appeared to be a doorway leading into the ground below. Intrigued by this unexpected discovery, they zoomed in for a closer look, hoping to uncover clues to its origin and purpose. What they found was both baffling and intriguing: a doorway seemingly carved into the ice with no discernible signs of device was both baffling and intriguing. A doorway seemingly carved into the ice with no discernible signs of human activity or construction nearby. Yet, despite its remote location and inhospitable environment, the doorway appeared to be meticulously crafted with smooth edges and intricate details that suggested it was more than just a natural formation. As they pored over the satellite imagery, they couldn't shake the feeling that they had stumbled upon something truly extraordinary, a hidden entrance to a world unknown. News of the Antarctic doorway spread quickly through online forums and social media, igniting a firestorm of speculation and debate among explorers and researchers into the unknown. Some speculated that the doorway may be the entrance to an underground base or research facility hidden from prying eyes beneath the ice. Others suggested other theories ranging from ancient alien artifacts to secret portals to other dimensions. It's interesting to note that over the years, a number of theories have been proposed for what these mysterious discoveries are, many of which contend that there are activities taking place in Antarctica that we are unaware of. And one such theory holds that there are subterranean bases spread all over the continent, and this doorway may be an entrance to one of them. The story of Antarctica's underground bases begins with the continent's strategic significance and its unique geopolitical position. As the only uninhabited continent on Earth, Antarctica has long been a target of interest for nations seeking to gain a foothold in the region and assert their dominance over its vast and untapped resources. With its harsh climate and inhospitable terrain, Antarctica offers the perfect cover for clandestine activities and covert operations, making it an ideal location for the construction of underground facilities away from prying eyes. Evidence of underground bases in Antarctica first began to emerge in the latter half of the 20th century during the height of the Cold War, when competing superpowers vied for control of the continent and its strategic advantages. According to declassified documents and whistleblower testimonies, both the United States and the Soviet Union conducted covert operations in Antarctica, including the construction of underground bases and research facilities. One of the most infamous underground bases in Antarctica is believed to be located beneath the ice of Lake Vostok, a subglacial lake buried beneath more than 2 miles of ice. Discovered in the 1970s by Soviet scientists, Lake Vostok has long been the subject of speculation and intrigue, with rumors of a secret research facility hidden beneath its frozen depths. While the existence of the base has never been officially confirmed, satellite imagery and eyewitness accounts suggest that it may be home to some of the most advanced scientific research in the world. Another rumored underground base in Antarctica is said to be located beneath the ice of the McMurdo Sound, near the Ross Ice Shelf. According to reports from whistleblowers and former military personnel, the base is believed to be operated by a coalition of nations and houses a variety of research facilities and advanced technology. While the exact nature and purpose of the base remain unknown, its existence raises troubling questions about the militarization of Antarctica and the potential for conflict in the region. In addition to the rumored underground bases operated by nation-states, there are also reports of secretive research stations and installations operated by private corporations and non-governmental organizations. These facilities are said to be involved in a variety of activities, including scientific research, resource extraction, and even covert military operations. While the true extent of their activities remains unknown, the presence of these clandestine installations underscores the growing interest in Antarctica and the need for greater transparency and accountability in the region. Despite mounting evidence and eyewitness accounts, the existence of underground bases in Antarctica remains a subject of controversy and debate. Skeptics argue that the rumors and speculation are nothing more than unverified stories. However, for those who believe that underground bases do indeed exist in Antarctica, the implications are profound and far-reaching. Not only do they raise questions about the militarization of the continent and the potential for conflict in the region, but they also underscore the need for greater oversight and regulation of activities in Antarctica to ensure that it remains a preserve for peaceful scientific research and exploration. As of right now, the existence of underground bases in Antarctica remains a tantalizing possibility that continues to intrigue and captivate researchers and enthusiasts alike. While the true extent of their activities and their implications for the future of the continent remain uncertain, one thing is clear: Antarctica holds many secrets waiting to be uncovered, and the truth may be more extraordinary than we can imagine. Among the most intriguing of these mysteries are the discoveries of tanks and crashed UFOs hidden beneath the frozen landscape, offering tantalizing glimpses into the possibility of extraterrestrial contact and advanced civilizations beyond our own. While skeptics dismiss these claims as mere fantasy and speculation, mounting evidence and eyewitness accounts suggest that there may be more to these strange discoveries than meets the eye. The story of tanks and crashed UFOs in Antarctica begins with reports from explorers and adventurers who claim to have stumbled upon these Mysterious artifacts during expeditions to the continent. According to eyewitness testimonies, tanks and other military vehicles have been discovered buried beneath the ice, along with remnants of crashed aircraft and other debris. One of the most intriguing discoveries is that of a crashed UFO allegedly found in Antarctica, buried beneath the ice for centuries. According to reports, the wreckage of the UFO was discovered by a team of researchers conducting a geological survey of the continent, who stumbled upon the remains of the craft buried deep beneath the ice. The discovery sparked a flurry of excitement and speculation, with some suggesting that the crashed UFO may be evidence of extraterrestrial visitation to Earth. Eyewitnesses claim that the crashed UFO bore markings and technology far beyond anything known to human science, leading some to speculate that it may have originated from an advanced alien civilization. While skeptics dismiss these claims as fanciful tales, others argue that the discovery of the crashed UFO in Antarctica may be a smoking gun that proves the existence of extraterrestrial life and advanced technology beyond our own. In addition to the discovery of crashed UFOs, there have also been reports of tanks and other military vehicles found buried beneath the ice in Antarctica. Others argue that there may be more to these stories than meets the eye. According to declassified documents and whistleblower testimonies, various missions to Antarctica encountered mysterious and unexplained phenomena during its mission to Antarctica, including sightings of unidentified flying objects and encounters with strange beings. Some have speculated that these encounters may be evidence of extraterrestrial activity in the region, further fueling speculation about the existence of crashed UFOs and advanced technology hidden beneath the ice. Despite the skepticism and controversy surrounding these claims, there is mounting evidence to suggest that there may be more to the story of tanks and crashed UFOs in Antarctica than meets the eye. Satellite imagery and geological surveys have revealed anomalous features and structures buried beneath the ice, leading some researchers to speculate that they may be remnants of ancient civilizations or extraterrestrial visitors. The presence of tanks in Antarctica raises intriguing questions about their purpose and origin, leading to speculation and debate among researchers and enthusiasts alike. Another theory posits that tanks in Antarctica may be part of a broader effort to establish a military foothold in the region and assert control over its vast and untapped resources. With its strategic location and potential for resource exploitation, Antarctica has long been a target of interest for nations seeking to expand their influence and power on the world stage. Tanks and other military vehicles may have been deployed to the continent as part of efforts to secure territory or deter potential adversaries from encroaching on sovereign interests. Interestingly, since the 1940s, a number of explorers and military personnel have come forward with accounts of seeing strange objects over Antarctica, and some have even gone so far as to claim that the objects were interested in their missions, and that they followed them before taking off at high speeds. Among the most captivating and mysterious phenomena reported in this remote region, sparking speculation and debate about the possibility of extraterrestrial visitors to our planet. The story of UFO sightings above Antarctica dates back decades, with reports from explorers, researchers, and military personnel who claim to have witnessed strange and unexplained aerial phenomena in the skies above the continent. According to these eyewitness testimonies, UFOs have been observed exhibiting behaviors and characteristics that defy conventional explanation, including rapid acceleration, sudden changes in direction, and silent flight. Some witnesses describe seeing glowing orbs of light hovering over research stations or darting across the horizon, while others report encounters with large metallic objects resembling traditional spacecraft. One of the most compelling pieces of evidence supporting the reality of UFO sightings above Antarctica is the sheer volume and consistency of reports from credible sources. Military pilots, scientists, and other trained observers have documented sightings of UFOs in the region, providing detailed descriptions and corroborating evidence that lend credibility to their accounts. In addition, satellite imagery and radar data have captured anomalous objects in the skies above Antarctica, further substantiating claims of extraterrestrial activity in the region. In addition to historical accounts, there have been numerous recent sightings of UFOs above Antarctica, reported by researchers and explorers conducting scientific expeditions in the region. According to these reports, UFOs have been observed performing maneuvers that defy the laws of physics, including sudden changes in altitude and velocity, as well as disappearing and reappearing without explanation. While some skeptics attribute these sightings to natural phenomena or atmospheric anomalies, others argue that the evidence suggests a more otherworldly explanation. One theory proposed to explain the prevalence of UFO sightings above Antarctica is that the continent may serve as a base or staging area for extraterrestrial visitors to Earth. With its remote location and inhospitable environment, Antarctica offers the perfect cover for covert operations and clandestine activities, making it an ideal destination for advanced civilizations seeking to study or monitor humanity from a safe distance. According to this theory, the sightings of UFOs above Antarctica are evidence of ongoing surveillance or reconnaissance missions conducted by extraterrestrial beings. Another theory posits that UFO sightings above Antarctica may be linked to the continent's unique geological features and magnetic anomalies. Antarctica is home to some of the Earth's largest and most mysterious subglacial lakes, as well as a network of underground caverns and tunnels that remain largely unexplored. Some researchers speculate that these underground features may serve as hiding places or refuges for extraterrestrial visitors, allowing them to evade detection while conducting their operations on Earth's surface. The reports of disc-shaped UFOs seen above Antarctica are not isolated incidents, but rather part of a long history of UFO sightings in the region. Witnesses, including explorers, researchers, and military personnel, have described seeing saucer-like objects hovering in the skies above the continent, exhibiting behaviors and characteristics that defy conventional explanation. Some witnesses report seeing the discs emit bright lights or pulsating colors, while others describe them as silently gliding through the air at incredible speeds. One of the most compelling pieces of evidence supporting the reality of disc-shaped UFO sightings in Antarctica is the sheer volume and consistency of reports from credible sources. Military pilots, scientists, and other trained observers have documented encounters with disc-shaped craft in the region, providing detailed descriptions and corroborating evidence that lend credibility to their accounts. And many of these individuals have stated that satellite imagery and radar data have captured anomalous objects in the skies above Antarctica, further substantiating claims of extraterrestrial activity in the region. In addition to historical accounts, there have been numerous recent sightings of disc-shaped UFOs, reported by researchers and explorers conducting scientific expeditions in Antarctica. According to these reports, service members have said that they watched these mysterious UFOs performing maneuvers that defy the laws of physics, including sudden changes in direction and velocity, as well as disappearing and reappearing without explanation. As of right now, the sightings of UFOs above Antarctica represent one of the most intriguing and perplexing mysteries of our time, raising profound questions about the nature of our universe and humanity's place within it. While skeptics may dismiss these sightings as fanciful tales or misidentifications, the weight of evidence and testimony from credible witnesses suggests that there may be more to the story than meets the International Space Station a representation of global cooperation and scientific research, is located in the immense emptiness of space, where humanity reaches beyond the limits of our planet. However, in 2015, a unique incident disturbed the peace of this orbiting laboratory, as an unidentified flying object was photographed by the International Space Station's cameras, igniting curiosity, conjecture, and discussion among astronomers, researchers, and enthusiasts worldwide. The incident occurred in 2015 when the International Space Station's live video feed captured footage of a large triangular-shaped object approaching the station's cameras from a distance. As the object drew closer, it appeared to change course, maneuvering with remarkable agility and precision through the vacuum of space. Toby Lund, a UFO researcher, was following the live stream when he saw a sizable object emerge. He swiftly snapped a screenshot of the object and said that he was glad. He did as the live feed abruptly stopped as soon as the object was visible. According to UFO researchers who monitor the live stream, this is actually a frequent occurrence. The feed will mysteriously stop any time an unusual object is visible to the cameras. Researchers have concluded that this is the extent officials will go to in order to prevent us from learning the truth. Several news outlets said that they never received a response from NASA when they attempted to inquire about their thoughts on what they believed the item to be. This is one of the more well-known images of a purported UFO spotted near the space station. And according to believers, the craft in question is a big triangular object, which is well known in the UFO community as one of the most frequently sighted UFOs. These craft reportedly have the ability to silently hover in the skies and swiftly depart the area when necessary. Researchers disagree as to which group these crafts belong. Some claim that these are the military's new stealth line, while others argue that this is unlikely given that some of these moon-shaped objects have been spotted in close proximity to the moon. The appearance of the UFO on the ISS's cameras prompted speculation about its origin, nature, and purpose, and some suggested that it could be a natural phenomenon, such as a meteor or space debris caught in the glare of the station's lights. However, due to how clear the object is, it's caused many to consider other possibilities. One theory, proposed by enthusiasts, is that the mysterious object is of extraterrestrial origin, a spacecraft piloted by beings from another world, exploring our solar system and observing human activity in orbit. This hypothesis, while speculative, is supported by the long history of UFO sightings and encounters reported by astronauts, cosmonauts, and space agencies throughout the history of space exploration. Another possibility is that the mysterious aircraft was a secret military or experimental craft developed by terrestrial governments to test advanced propulsion systems or surveillance technologies in the near-Earth environment. While this theory cannot be ruled out entirely, the international nature of the ISS and the transparency of its operations make it unlikely that such a craft would be deployed in close proximity to the station without prior notification or coordination. In the years since the encounter, efforts to identify and explain the UFO scene near the International Space Station in 2015 have yielded few definitive answers. While some have dismissed the incident as a mundane anomaly or camera artifact, others remain convinced that it represents compelling evidence of extraterrestrial visitation or technological prowess beyond our current understanding. Interestingly enough, one of the most remarkable aspects of UFO sightings captured by the International Space Station's cameras is the sheer variety and diversity of the objects observed. From luminous orbs to metallic cylinders, these unidentified objects exhibit a wide range of shapes, sizes, and behaviors as they traverse the vacuum of space. Some appear to move with deliberate purpose, executing intricate maneuvers and changing course with astonishing agility, while others drift lazily through the cosmic void, their movements seemingly defying the laws of physics. The appearance of UFOs near the space station has sparked intense speculation and debate among astronomers, and even astronauts alike, with many of them coming forward with their own encounters. As of right now, the phenomenon of UFOs captured by the International Space Station's cameras represents a tantalizing mystery that continues to captivate and intrigue scientists, scholars, and enthusiasts around the world. While skeptics may dismiss these sightings as anomalies or camera artifacts, the weight of evidence and testimony from credible sources suggests that there may be more to the story than meets the eye. As mentioned, amidst the routine observations and scientific experiments conducted aboard the space station, there exists a puzzling phenomenon which has been observed by thousands of people: the sudden shutdown of the live feed when unidentified flying objects appear. The International Space Station is equipped with high-definition cameras and advanced sensors, and it continuously monitors Earth's atmosphere and observes celestial phenomena, transmitting live footage to ground control centers and audiences worldwide. However, on several occasions, the space station's live feed has abruptly terminated when unidentified objects have been observed in its vicinity, sparking speculation and conspiracy theories about the reasons behind these shutdowns. One possible explanation for the shutdown of the ISS's live feed in the presence of UFOs is the implementation of a security protocol or safety procedure by space agencies and government authorities. In the event of an unidentified object approaching the space station, it is conceivable that mission control personnel would prioritize the safety and security of the astronauts aboard the station, opting to temporarily suspend the live feed until the situation can be assessed and the risk mitigated. Such measures would be consistent with standard operating procedures for handling potential threats in space and ensuring the welfare of crew members. Another possibility is that the shutdown of the space station's live feed is a deliberate attempt to conceal the presence of UFOs from the public and prevent widespread panic or speculation. Given the potential implications of extraterrestrial visitation or advanced technologies beyond our current understanding, it is conceivable that government agencies or space authorities may seek to control the narrative surrounding such encounters, maintaining secrecy and confidentiality to avoid causing alarm or disruption. While this explanation may seem far-fetched, it aligns with historical instances of government secrecy and censorship regarding sensitive information related to national security and defense. Furthermore, the sudden shutdown of the International Space Station's live feed in the presence of UFOs could be attributed to technical malfunctions or interference caused by the electromagnetic fields generated by these unidentified objects. As UFOs approach the space station or enter its vicinity, they may emit electromagnetic radiation or energy fields that disrupt the functioning of electronic equipment, including cameras and communication systems. In such cases, mission control personnel may be compelled to suspend the live feed temporarily until the interference subsides, or corrective measures can be implemented to restore normal operations. Whether the UFOs observed near the space station are evidence of extraterrestrial visitation, advanced terrestrial technologies, or something else entirely, their presence in our skies challenges us to re-examine our understanding of the cosmos and our place within it. Until we unravel the truth behind these extraordinary encounters, the mystery of UFOs near the ISS will continue to inspire wonder and curiosity, inviting us to explore the vast reaches of space and unlock the secrets of the universe. As of right now, there's a large number of people that want to uncover the enigmatic mysteries of our world, saying that research shows that many of these remain unknown to the general public. Despite several reasons that prohibit the dissemination of that knowledge to the public, inquisitive minds continue to seek answers to their questions. According to reports, various former presidents have been told about the unknown, while some Ex-presidents have chosen to remain tight-lipped about their knowledge. A few have divulged intriguing details that suggest they may be aware of more than they are admitting. During his presidency, President Trump acknowledged that he had inside information on unidentified objects and participated in meetings to discuss them. He found the reports fascinating, but stressed the need for further investigations while commending the military's handling of the sightings. In 2019, elected officials, including senators and other government representatives, revealed that they had witnessed peculiar aircrafts above the United States. The president and other officials initially claimed that there were no programs investigating the phenomena, but later released documents exposed a secret program that had been already in place. Former President Trump revealed that he was aware of these aircrafts and that he has inside knowledge of these objects that he may reveal to the general public. During an interview, the former president said that it is important to note that these sightings and encounters have been reported by people across the world for decades. These reports often involve sightings of unidentified objects in the sky that exhibit flight characteristics or behaviors that cannot be easily explained. He said that the United States government are aware of these objects, and that over the years, the country has had its fair share of encounters. Insiders said that the former president commented on how the classification of sensitive and classified information is a common practice to ensure national security and protect sensitive sources and methods. However, insiders have come forward and said that certain details about encounters, investigations, or research may be deemed classified and therefore not routinely shared with the president. The former president did counter this and said that he's been briefed on various cases that the public would find interesting. The former president said the following: "I want them to think whatever they think. I did attend meetings on them. Space is the world's newest war-fighting domain. Amid grave threats to our national security, American superiority in space is absolutely vital. And we're leading, but we're not leading by enough. But very shortly, we'll be leading by a lot." The former president said that he possesses insider information on these enigmatic flying objects and may disclose it publicly when he deems appropriate. He also characterized the footage as an amazing video. According to insiders, there have been indications that he may release this information soon as the subject has gained more attention than ever before. What's interesting is that the United States hasn't denied these objects, and due to them being featured in the media, some have suggested that the former president could be the one to make disclosure official. Despite lengthy investigations into these unusual objects, it wasn't until several years ago the reports of sightings went mainstream. This occurred after various military officials shared their testimonies, revealing that they had been encountering these aircrafts for years, with each attempt to learn more yielding no satisfactory answers. Retired military personnel are sharing their experiences and collaborating with individuals on a project. They have observed that these unknown crafts possess the ability to outperform their aircraft by traveling at incredible speeds of tens of thousands of miles per hour, evading radar detection, diving into the ocean without making any noticeable disturbance, and interfering with electronic equipment to disable various systems. There have been suggestions that when the former president held office, he was deeply involved in such matters and would participate in these gatherings to stay informed on the latest developments. The prospect of the United States government announcing disclosure regarding mysterious aircrafts and advanced life is a topic that has captivated the imagination of many. Such an announcement would undoubtedly have profound implications for society, science, and our understanding of the universe. While the specifics of what would occur are speculative, it is worth exploring some potential scenarios and their potential impact. First and foremost, the announcement of these aircrafts, advanced life, and disclosure by the United States government would be an unprecedented moment in human history. It would signal a significant paradigm shift, challenging long-held beliefs and inviting a re-evaluation of our place in the cosmos. The confirmation of the existence of intelligent advanced life would raise countless questions about their origins, capabilities, and potential interactions with humanity. One immediate effect would be the impact on public consciousness and belief systems. The disclosure would likely trigger a mixture of excitement, awe, and apprehension among the population. People's perspectives on the existence of life beyond Earth would be reshaped, leading to new conversations and debates about our place in the universe and the implications for religious, philosophical, and scientific worldviews. Scientifically, the disclosure would open up a vast frontier of exploration and research. The confirmation of advanced life would revolutionize fields such as astrobiology, exobiology, and astronomy. Scientists would have the opportunity to collaborate and study the biological, cultural, and technological aspects of these alien civilizations, leading to new insights and advancements in our understanding of life itself. Technological advancements would likely be accelerated as well. The knowledge of more advanced civilizations would push our own technological development to new frontiers. The study of advanced technology and potential collaborations with these civilizations could lead to breakthroughs in energy, propulsion, communication, and other areas of scientific and technological endeavor. The economic implications of disclosure would also be significant. The commercial space industry, which is already experiencing rapid growth, would likely see an even greater surge in interest and investment. Companies and entrepreneurs would be driven to explore new opportunities in space tourism, resource extraction, and interstellar travel. This could result in job creation, economic growth, and the emergence of new industries. However, disclosure would not be without challenges and potential risks. The impact on global stability and geopolitical relations would need to be carefully managed. The revelation of advanced extraterrestrial civilizations could disrupt existing power dynamics and lead to geopolitical tensions as nations vie for access to advanced resources and knowledge. Furthermore, the societal impact of disclosure may include social, cultural, and psychological implications. People's beliefs, values, and sense of identity could be shaken, and there may be a need for comprehensive education and support systems to navigate these changes. The integration of advanced life into our collective consciousness would require an open and inclusive approach, promoting tolerance, understanding, and cooperation. As of right now, the announcement of mysterious aircrafts and advanced life disclosure by the United States government would have far-reaching consequences across various domains. It would challenge our preconceived notions, reshape scientific and technological pursuits, and potentially reshape our societal, cultural, and economic landscapes. While the specifics of how society would react and adapt to such disclosure are uncertain, it is crucial to approach the topic with an open mind, scientific rigor, and a commitment to exploring the implications of our place in the vast cosmic tapestry. Ultimately, disclosure could serve as a catalyst for scientific progress, societal transformation, and a renewed sense of wonder and exploration as we continue to unravel the mysteries of the universe. As the privatization of space exploration continues to advance, SpaceX, the pioneering aerospace company founded by Elon Musk, has become a leader in the development of innovative rocket technology and ambitious missions to colonize Mars. Alongside the public's fascination with these advancements, there has been a growing interest in reports of unidentified objects spotted in the vicinity of SpaceX missions. Since the company's inception, there have been several instances of mysterious aircraft sightings reported during SpaceX missions. These sightings have ranged from mysterious lights and unexplained objects seen near rocket launches to unidentified craft observed near the International Space Station, during SpaceX resupply missions. One of the most widely discussed sightings happened on April 19th, when a strange black triangle was seen in the background of the Starlink mission, which led to a flurry of social media posts and speculations about advanced visitors. Shortly after the launch, observers spotted the black triangle in the background, and theories were soon put forward to explain what the object was. Although SpaceX didn't respond to this sighting in the past, officials said that these objects are likely space debris. Many of these sightings associated with SpaceX missions have been debunked by experts who provide plausible natural explanations for the observed phenomena. These explanations often involve atmospheric and lighting conditions, space debris, or other human-made objects in Earth's orbit. While some sightings can be readily explained by natural phenomena or human activity, others remain unexplained and continue to generate debate among enthusiasts and researchers. The growing interest in sightings related to SpaceX missions has several implications for the public's perception of unidentified phenomena and the possibility of advanced life. As private space exploration becomes more commonplace, the general public has greater access to information and visual media related to rocket launches and other space missions, increasing the likelihood of witnessing and reporting unusual phenomena. Additionally, the association of sightings with cutting-edge space technology and missions, such as those conducted by SpaceX, can fuel the public's curiosity and speculation about the existence of extraterrestrial life and advanced civilizations. This interest is further amplified by the recent declassification of footage and reports by the United States government, which has led to increased public discourse and debate about unidentified aerial phenomena. As of right now, these sightings that have been captured during SpaceX missions represent a fascinating intersection of public interest in cutting-edge space exploration and the ongoing debate surrounding unidentified phenomena. While many of these sightings can be debunked through careful analysis and expert explanations, some remain unexplained, continuing to captivate the imaginations of enthusiasts and the general public alike. As private space exploration continues to advance, it is likely that interest in mysterious aircrafts will increase. NASA's Webb delivers deepest infrared image of universe yet. The James Webb Telescope also captured an infrared image of SMACS 0723, which is a galaxy cluster filled with a myriad of various galaxies. The JWST went a step further by highlighting some of the faintest objects in space ever captured. Granted, the image taken is nothing but a tiny part of a huge universe, a small snapshot into the distant unknown. The reason behind the choice of capturing a galaxy cluster is that clusters act somewhat like magnifying glasses. They help astronomers find galaxies even further away. Some of these distant galaxies witnessed the universe's infancy billions of years ago. The JWST used its AIR cam to create the image utilizing a composition of varying wavelengths. It took just over 12 hours to produce, and the results outshine even the amazing images taken by the Hubble Space Telescope, many of which take several weeks to complete. SMACS 723 was captured by the James Webb Telescope in the exact same beauty. It possessed over 4,600,000,000 years ago, a live reflection from the past. This galaxy cluster can be observed from the south in the direction of the constellation Valens. There is still not much known about the galaxies in the cluster. That scientists hope to uncover more as the JWST's data is processed. The image produced by the James Webb Telescope focuses on tiny clusters of stars that are typically overlooked or overshadowed in images taken of space. But the JWST image showcases all the tiny features of the galaxy cluster that have never been seen prior. The light we see is reflected from billions of years ago. We see these galaxies as they were long before the rise of humanity on Earth, because the light takes so long to reach us. When looking at the image, we see youthful galaxies, some of which formed not long after the Big Bang itself. Scientists hope to discover individual galaxies in the cluster's masses, chemical compositions, ages, and personal histories. Every galaxy has a story to tell that astronomers hope to uncover and piece together. Space dust is prevalent in the image and encases our cosmos in colors of all sorts, highlighting the glorious beauty and glamour of our cosmos for how otherworldly it is. Dust is crucial in the creation of stars, but some galaxies, such as blue ones, possess very little of it. Red galaxies, in comparison, have a plenitude of the star-creating dust, while green galaxies generally are mostly filled with chemical compounds such as hydrocarbons. All this amazing research will shed light on how galaxies form and why they are this way, including insight into how they merge, expand, and thrive. Perhaps scientists might use this information to answer the question of why some galaxies see star production entirely. The James Webb Telescope has captured 48 different galaxies at once using its near-infrared spectrograph. Astronomers detect secret water reserves in the solar system's largest canyon. Valles Marineris, also known as the Grand Canyon of Mars, is the largest canyon in our solar system. But Valles Marineris attracts scientific curiosity for more than just its size. The 2,485-mile-long canyon system may also be home to hidden reserves of water. Recent data from an instrument known as the ESA, Roscosmos ExoMars Trace Gas Orbiter's Friend, shows abnormal hydrogen levels below Mars. Unlike previous instruments, FRIEND, which stands for Fine Resolution Epithermal Neutron Detector, can detect neutrons up to a meter below the surface of Mars. According to physicist Alexei Malikov, neutrons are produced when highly energetic particles, known as galactic cosmic rays, strike Mars. Low neutron levels indicate the presence of hydrogen, because dry soil emits more neutrons than wet soil. The number of neutrons emitted by soil beneath Mars' surface can indicate levels of water. Between May 2018 and February 2021, FRIEND collected the data that indicates high concentrations of subsurface hydrogen. It suggests that soil up to a meter deep in the Valles Marineris region contains water that is either locked inside minerals or ice. Because it is unusual for minerals in this region to contain large amounts of water, experts believe that water ice near the surface is the more probable explanation. If the hydrogen is truly forming water molecules, this suggests that water makes up to 40% of the area close to the surface in the region. This watery area is roughly the size of the Netherlands. This discovery is unexpected as the pressure and temperature around the Mars equator does not create a suitable environment for large stores of water. The presence of water in Valles Marineris suggests unusual conditions, possibly relating to the angle of its slopes. The water may also be sitting in scattered ancient deposits. This discovery of water is fascinating because of its surprising location, but this is not the first reserve found on the planet. It appears that the majority of water on Mars exists in the poles in the form of ice. The warmth surrounding the equator prevents the formation of ice at many latitudes. Water on Mars is typically found at higher latitudes, but this recent finding suggests it can be located under the surface as well. The watery region of Valles Marineris is abundant despite unfavorable conditions at the equator. Because of this, it has been compared to the permafrost regions of Earth, where ice is constantly present underneath the dry soil due to lower temperatures. It is still unclear exactly why water has been able to form near the Mars equator and what form that water takes. Understanding the form and conditions of this water may lead to even more important discoveries. This water could expand the possibilities for exploration on Mars. space crew would likely land around the equator, and accessible water close to the surface could mean greater survival capabilities for the crew. If the water exists in a permafrost-like state, it could contain frozen microorganisms or signs of previous life in the form of organic molecules. And if this water is only a meter below the surface, signs of life on Mars might not be so difficult to come by after all. Scientists say that 4 mysterious signals from outer space are coming from galaxies like ours. Astronomers have discovered strange signals coming from the center of the Milky Way galaxy. Australian scientists using the Australian Square Kilometre Array Pathfinder radio telescope detected these signals 4 times over the span of 2 weeks. The transmissions, originating roughly 4,000 light-years away near the core of our galaxy, consist of irregular pulses and bursts that scientists have never seen before. During the early stages of planet formation, radio signals of similar frequencies are emitted. These new signals are more erratic than those emitted during planet creation, confusing scientists. Nothing about the signals follow a pattern that has been seen before. The intensity of the radio signal varies randomly. The orientation and rotational direction of the transmission is random and changes frequently, and the timing of the signals cannot be planned. Experts from the University of Sydney have shared they believe the signals are coming from a new type of star that we have never seen before. Zining Wang, a PhD student in the School of Physics at the University of Sydney, said the brightness of the object also varies dramatically by a factor of 100, and the signal switches on and off apparently at random. We've never seen anything like it. Due to the variability of the transmission, scientists first believed it could be from a supernova, solar flare, or pulsar, but the emissions received do not match with what is known about those phenomena. Still, scientists have no idea what caused the signals. Their hope is placed on a new radio telescope being built within the next decade. The telescope, called the Transcontinental Square Kilometre Array Telescope, will hopefully solve this mystery. Professor Tara Murphy from the Sydney Institute for Astronomy and the School of Physics said, "We expect the power of this telescope will help us solve mysteries such as this latest discovery, but it will also open vast new swaths of the cosmos to exploration in the radio spectrum. From discoveries that help us understand the universe to discoveries that make us question what we already know." Peculiar event caught the attention of the global community. The sudden and unexplained closure of the Sunspot Solar Observatory in New Mexico. The event sparked widespread speculation, particularly because it coincided with reports from amateur sky watchers of unidentified flying objects near the sun. However, what many did not know at the time was that this was not an isolated incident. 6 more solar observatories around the world were also mysteriously shut down around the same time. The Sunspot Solar Observatory, located in New Mexico, was abruptly evacuated and closed by federal authorities on September 6, 2018. The closure lasted for about 10 days, during which time little information was released to the public. This secrecy led to rampant speculation with theories ranging from national security threats to mysterious encounters. The official explanation given by the FBI was vague, citing a security issue, but many found this unsatisfactory given the lack of specific details. What made this event even more intriguing was the fact that 6 additional solar observatories across the globe were also reportedly shut down around the same time. These observatories, located in Spain, Australia, and Hawaii, among other places, were all involved in monitoring solar activity. The simultaneous closure of these facilities, particularly in the context of the sunspot incident, led to a wave of interesting theories and further fueled public interest in the events. While these observatories were being shut down, amateur sky watchers and astronomers began reporting unusual activity near the sun. While authorities offered little information, a local resident named Maria made an extraordinary claim that added fuel to the fire. She had photographed a massive disc-shaped craft near the sun, surrounded by what appeared to be hundreds of smaller objects. The observatory, known for its solar research, had been monitoring the sun's activity for years. The timing of its sudden closure, coupled with the lack of a clear explanation, led many to believe that something extraordinary had been observed. It was against this backdrop of intrigue and uncertainty that Maria's remarkable sighting came to light. Maria was an amateur astronomer who often spent her evenings observing the night sky. On the day of the observatory's closure, she was outside with her telescope, scanning the skies as she often did. As the sun began to set, Maria noticed something unusual, a massive, disc-shaped object hovering near the sun. The object was enormous, dwarfing anything she had ever seen in the sky before. It had a distinct, metallic appearance and was perfectly round, resembling the classic shape of a flying saucer. What made this sighting even more extraordinary was the presence of hundreds of smaller objects surrounding the large disk. These smaller objects appeared to be moving in a coordinated fashion, almost as if they were accompanying or protecting the larger craft. Acting quickly, Maria grabbed her camera and managed to capture several photographs of the strange sight. The images showed the massive disc-shaped craft near the sun, with the smaller objects clearly visible around it. The photographs were sharp and detailed, showing the craft's metallic sheen and the distinct shapes of the smaller objects. Maria, initially hesitant to share her findings, eventually decided to post the photographs online, where they quickly went viral. The images sparked a wave of interest and debate, with some hailing them as definitive proof of advanced activity, while others remained skeptical, suggesting possible explanations ranging from camera artifacts to natural phenomena. The most popular theory among those who viewed Maria's photographs was that the large, disc-shaped object and its smaller companions were extraterrestrial in origin. The timing of the sighting coinciding with the mysterious shutdown of the sunspot Solar Observatory led many to believe that the observatory had detected something extraordinary, perhaps even an alien spacecraft, prompting its sudden closure. Proponents of this theory pointed to the object's size, shape, and apparent metallic composition as evidence that it was not of this world. The coordinated movement of the smaller objects suggested advanced technology, possibly a fleet of smaller spacecraft or drones accompanying the larger craft. The fact that the objects were observed near the sun raised further questions about their purpose and origin, with some speculating that they were harvesting solar energy or observing solar activity, using telescopes equipped with special filters to observe the sun safely. These individuals captured images and videos of what appeared to be unidentified flying objects close to the sun. These objects, often described as spherical or disc-shaped, were seen hovering near or even entering the sun's corona. The timing of these sightings with the observatory shutdowns raised eyebrows, leading many to wonder if the two events were connected. There are several theories as to why these observatories were shut down and how it might relate to the reported UFO sightings. One theory suggests that the observatories may have captured images of something near the sun that authorities did not want to be made public. This could include classified military technology, or as some believe, evidence of extraterrestrial activity. Another theory posits that the shutdowns were a precautionary measure due to a potential security breach or cyber attack targeting these sensitive scientific facilities. Some skeptics argue that the observatory closures were unrelated to the UFO sightings and that the timing was merely coincidental. The secrecy surrounding the observatory shutdowns and the vague explanations provided by authorities have led to a decline in public trust. When events of this nature occur without clear communication, it creates a fertile ground for theories to flourish. The lack of transparency has also fueled fears that governments are hiding important information from the public, whether about national security threats or extraterrestrial life. The possibility that the observatory shutdowns were connected to the detection of UFOs near the sun has reinvigorated interest in the search for extraterrestrial life. While the idea of alien spacecraft near the sun may seem far-fetched, the discovery of exoplanets and the ongoing search for biosignatures in distant star systems have made the question of life beyond Earth more scientifically relevant than ever before. If the observatories did indeed capture something unusual, it could represent a significant development in our understanding of the universe. Over the past few decades, the advancement of technology has allowed amateur astronomers to capture increasingly detailed images of the sun. Using telescopes equipped with special filters to safely observe the sun, some enthusiasts have reported seeing strange objects in close proximity to our star. These objects often appear as dark or bright spots against the sun's surface or corona, moving in ways that do not correspond to known celestial bodies or solar phenomena. One of the most striking aspects of these sightings is the size and speed of the objects. Some reports describe them as being massive, with estimates suggesting that they could be several kilometers in diameter. Others have noted that these objects appear to change direction rapidly, exhibiting behaviors that seem to defy the laws of physics as we currently understand them. Such characteristics have led to widespread speculation about their origins and purpose. In addition to amateur observations, some of the most compelling evidence of UFOs near the sun comes from data collected by NASA's Solar and Heliospheric Observatory. Launched in 1995, NASA's Solar and Heliospheric Observatory has been instrumental in monitoring the sun's activity, providing real-time images of solar flares, coronal mass ejections, and other solar events. However, the Solar and Heliospheric Observatory has also captured images of unexplained objects near the sun, sparking debates within the scientific community and among UFO enthusiasts. These images often show bright, disc-shaped objects or elongated shapes that seem to hover near the sun or pass by at high speeds. Some appear to be stationary, while others move in straight or curved paths. The fact that these objects are detected by a sophisticated space observatory adds a layer of credibility to the sightings. Although NASA has often attributed them to camera artifacts, cosmic rays, or debris, researchers interested in the unknown have suggested that these objects are extraterrestrial spacecraft or probes. Given the sun's importance as the center of our solar system, it is conceivable that an advanced alien civilization might be interested in studying it. The proximity of these objects to the sun could suggest that they are harvesting solar energy, observing solar phenomena, or even conducting experiments on a scale far beyond human capability. Proponents of the extraterrestrial hypothesis point to the apparent size, speed, and maneuverability of these objects as evidence that they are not of human origin. The fact that they appear to withstand the extreme heat and radiation of the sun's corona also suggests advanced technology that surpasses anything currently known to humanity. The sightings of UFOs near the sun challenge our understanding of the universe and highlight the limitations of human knowledge. Whether these objects are the result of natural phenomena, advanced technology, or something else entirely, they remind us that there is still much we do not know about our solar system and the cosmos at large. The study of these phenomena could lead to new insights into the nature of space and the forces that govern it. The Apollo program, which culminated in the historic moon landing of Apollo 11 in 1969, is perhaps NASA's most celebrated achievement. However, the Apollo missions also generated some of the most intriguing UFO reports in NASA's history. Multiple Apollo astronauts reported seeing unexplained objects during their missions. One of the most famous incidents occurred during the Apollo 11 mission. During their mission, astronauts Neil Armstrong, Buzz Aldrin, and Michael Collins reported seeing a mysterious object trailing their spacecraft. The crew currently stationed on the International Space Station are trying to explain the origin of mysterious sounds that have been detected by the crew of Boeing's Starliner. The team has reached out to Mission Control, expressing their concern regarding Starliner. Unusual sounds emanating from the speaker are being detected, and the underlying cause remains unknown. Astronauts aboard the International Space Station are currently investigating the incident that started a few days ago, when the Starliner started producing unusual sonar sounds. Following its launch by Boeing on June 5th, the Starliner has encountered numerous issues and substantial obstacles, resulting in the temporary stranding of 2 astronauts. Owing to safety considerations, Boeing's Starliner is scheduled to return on September 6th without any crew members present. Houston on 2. I've got a question about Starliner. Houston's with you bunch. Go ahead. It's this. It's a strange noise coming through the speaker. And I didn't know if you could connect into the Starliner and let me keep my eye and let you hear it. I don't know what's making it, but I don't know if it's something that maybe is connected between here and they're making that happen. But anyway, can you do that? We can configure that butch. Give us a minute and I'll call you back when it's ready. Station Houston on 2. We're configured for audio via hardline and CST. If you want to give us a call. Okay, I'm in. I'm in Starliner. How do you reach? 5x5. How may I? Yes, sir. Okay. I'm going to put my key to mic up next to the speaker. Copy. Hear that? A negative butch. We did not hear anything. Set. All right. Butch, that one came through. It was kind of like a pulsing noise, almost like a sonar ping. Yeah. I'll do it one more time and I'll try to scratch your head to see if you can figure out what's going on. Here we go. Hey, how are you? I wish to figure it out. Yep, good recording. Thanks, Butch. We will pass it on to the team and let you know what we find. And Butch, just to make sure I'm on the same page, this is emanating from the speaker in Starliner. You don't notice anything else, any other noises, any other weird configs in there? Okay, thank you. This unusual phenomenon has sparked curiosity and concern, raising questions about the source of the sounds and their potential implications for future space travel. NASA astronaut Butch Wilmore has documented an unusual sound emanating from the malfunctioning Boeing Starliner space capsule, which has resulted in him and his colleague, Suni Williams, being trapped in orbit for a duration of 6 months over their initial expectations when they launched from Earth in June. On Saturday, Wilmore contacted Mission Control in Houston by radio to report the presence of a pulsing sound emanating from a speaker located within the capsule. According to the astronauts, the noises were unlike anything they had encountered before. The sounds were rhythmic, almost mechanical in nature, yet they bore a resemblance to the type of sonar signals typically associated with underwater navigation. The fact that such noises were being heard in the vacuum of space, where sound cannot travel as it does in the atmosphere, added to the mystery. This triggered an investigation into the source of the noise in the spacecraft, which has been plagued by helium leaks and propulsion problems. The spacecraft is now scheduled to return to a landing site in New Mexico on September 6th, operated by autopilot without Wilmore and Williams. This decision was made by NASA, who deemed it too hazardous for astronauts to fly in. In February, the couple are scheduled to embark on a return journey to Earth on a capsule constructed by SpaceX, a competitor of Boeing. To facilitate the descent of Wilmore and Williams, 2 NASA astronauts scheduled to join the International Space Station will be intentionally excluded from a mission scheduled later this month. Further investigation is required to determine the origin of the pulsing noise emanating from Boeing spacecraft. Wilmore requested Houston flight controllers to ascertain their ability to listen. But finally, with his microphone seemingly suspended in Starliner, he had to position it in close proximity to the speaker. The peculiar signal was recorded and publicly disclosed by Rob Dale, a meteorologist based in Michigan, and was initially documented by Ars Technica. As to the source, anomalies in audio systems aboard spaceships are relatively uncommon. Oddly enough, in February 2003, Chinese astronaut Yang Liwei reported auditory hallucinations of an iron bucket being hammered by a traditional wooden hammer. Public relations struggle faced by Boeing has transcended the confines of Earth since the company's Starliner spacecraft, carrying 2 astronauts, is now immobilized in outer space. Following an initial 8-day mission, U.S. astronauts Sunita Suni Williams and Barry Butch Wilmore have now been stationed aboard the International Space Station for over a month, engaging in technical work to resolve issues with Starliner. The precise timing for the astronauts' successful return to Earth is yet uncertain. According to a Boeing representative, the Starliner crew flight test has been postponed until after 2 scheduled spacewalks on Monday, June 24th, and Tuesday, July 2nd. At present, there is no specific date for the return, and the company will assess several possibilities following the spacewalks. Furthermore, the spokesman emphasized that the crew is not under time constraints to depart from the station, due to the plenty of supplies in orbit and the station's timetable remaining largely flexible until mid-August. The Starliner successfully launched into space on June 5th from the Cape Canaveral Space Force Station in Florida, following 2 prior unsuccessful attempts on May 6th and June 1st, deviating from the planned timeline and exceeding the allocated budget by $1.5 billion. This specific NASA-Boeing project encountered complications well in advance of its formal launch, such as malfunctions in reaction control thrusters and helium leaks. According to the Boeing representative, the helium leaks and most of the thruster issues have been contained and do not pose a threat to the return trip. Out of the 5 thrusters that were previously undergoing shutdown, 4 are now functioning normally. Thus, only 1 thruster out of a total of 27 is presently inoperative. This does not pose a problem for the return mission, the representative further stated. Officials from NASA and Boeing assert that the astronauts are not marooned and that the technical challenges do not pose a threat to the mission. According to NASA, the spacecraft necessitates a duration of 7 hours for unrestricted flight in order to carry out a typical end of mission. Furthermore, present levels of helium in its tanks are sufficient to sustain 70 hours of unrestricted flight activity after being unloaded. During a recent press briefing, Steve Stitch, the manager of NASA's Commercial Crew Program, stated that they are proceeding as planned and adhering to their established mission management team procedure. Officials are using the data to inform their decision-making process on the management of minor helium system leaks and thruster performance that they noticed during the rendezvous and docking operation. In the event of an emergency or necessity for a rapid departure, the spacecraft is authorized to undock and return to Earth. NASA stated that during the docking of Starliner, all the manifolds are closed in accordance with standard mission operations to avoid any loss of helium from the tanks. Should the Starliner prove to be unsafe, Williams and Wilmore may be required to accompany the crew aboard SpaceX's Dragon spacecraft, which is presently connected to the International Space Station on the opposite side. Boeing is currently facing its most recent crisis, which follows other public crises they have experienced with different commercial airplanes. However, the corporation maintains that these crises are distinct problems. During a May news conference, NASA Administrator Bill Malson stated that the Starliner launch is just the sixth debut voyage of a crewed spacecraft in the history of the United States. Considering those limitations, it is highly improbable that the brief search stated by Crawford involved much more than simply walking a short distance from the lagoon in either direction and looking for the most conspicuous indications of bodies or human presence. Furthermore, it seems that none of the future visitors to the island pursue the investigation. Interestingly, the mysterious boat is not mentioned again. However, Bouvet Island was revisited in 1966 by a team doing a biological survey who devoted significant attention to the lagoon. This group determined that the body of water was shallow, had a high concentration of algae, had an alkaline pH due to seal waste, and was supplied with water from the melting ice on the nearby cliffs. However, they made no note of the presence of the lifeboat, assuming it was indeed still there. Alan Crawford appears to be the only person who has shown the least amount of interest in solving the mystery. There was no existing newspaper coverage of the incident at the time, and many who have researched this case have been unable to discover any additional information about the boat or the objects discovered on the coast. There are a few further recent tales of the landing, and oddly enough, no one has inquired about the origin of the boat or made any effort to locate its crew. It seems evident that the boat must have reached Bouvet Island at some time during the 9-year period between January 1955, when the rock-strewn ice-free area was not present, and April 1964, when it was. The time frame is rather limited, and if the Ware was indeed a lifeboat, it should be feasible to determine its origin ship. Furthermore, the beach party of the Protector observed no indication of a camp or shelter, fire, or provisions. Furthermore, the existence of a substantial vessel in a lagoon situated at a minimum distance of 30 yards from the coastline implies that it either arrived to the island with a complete crew capable of manually dragging it across challenging terrain, or was deliberately placed there by a smaller party with intentions of remaining on the island for an extended period. However, except for that, everything else is mere conjecture. And what makes this highly unusual event even more peculiar is that the few pieces of information we possess do not entirely corroborate any of the apparent hypotheses. Undoubtedly, this would be the most striking and amorous interpretation, elucidating certain observations made by Crawford. The presence of the Ware in the lagoon, it was placed there by individuals lacking the means to fasten it securely on land and uncertain if they would require it again, and the proximity of a small assortment of equipment. It is unclear why Crawford's copper flotation or buoyancy tank was flattened, but it seems like the kind of action that a group of desperate men with little resources might take. The lifeboat scenario provides the most plausible explanation for the existence of only one pair of oars on the shore. It is possible that there were initially more oars, but they were lost overboard during a disastrous journey. Despite thorough investigation and multiple voyages to Bouvet Island following the discovery of the lifeboat, the mystery remains unresolved. The island's inclement weather conditions and remote location persistently impede comprehensive investigations, resulting in numerous unresolved inquiries. Who were the individuals present in the lifeboat? What factors precipitated their arrival on this secluded and barren island? And what was their ultimate fate? The forsaken lifeboat on Bouvet Island serves as a representation of the persistent mystery of the ocean and the innate human inclination to venture into and comprehend the unfamiliar. It demonstrates the uncertain and dangerous nature of sea expeditions and the extensive unexplored areas that remain on our planet. With the progress of technology and ongoing research, it is possible that future expeditions will discover additional evidence that may provide insight into this mysterious maritime puzzle. Man claims he found hundreds of monolith-like objects in Antarctica. In the age of digital exploration, Tools like Google Earth have opened up the world to anyone with an internet connection. The ability to virtually traverse the globe and scrutinize the most remote corners of our planet has led to some astonishing discoveries. One such claim comes from a man who, while using Google Earth, reported finding hundreds of black monoliths scattered across the icy expanse of Antarctica. This extraordinary claim has sparked widespread interest and debate, raising questions about the nature and origin of these mysterious structures. The story begins with Mr. Davis, an amateur researcher and avid user of Google Earth, who often spends his free time exploring remote regions of the globe through satellite imagery. In early 2024, Davis claimed to have stumbled upon a series of black monoliths in Antarctica. According to his detailed observations, these monoliths appeared in various locations across the continent, sometimes standing alone and other times in clusters. The monoliths, as seen from satellite images, were uniformly dark and rectangular, reminiscent of the monoliths famously depicted in Stanley Kubrick's film. Davis's discovery was quickly posted to various online groups that investigate mysterious anomalies in Antarctica, captivating the imaginations of amateur researchers, ufologists, and curious minds worldwide, who all said that this photograph is evidence that something strange is happening down in Antarctica. The idea of mysterious black monoliths in Antarctica conjured images of ancient civilizations, extraterrestrial artifacts, and hidden secrets waiting to be uncovered beneath the ice. Social media platforms buzzed with speculation, with theories ranging from remnants of an advanced prehistoric civilization to markers left by extraterrestrial visitors. Firstly, the resolution of satellite images available on Google Earth can be limited, often resulting in pixelation and artifacts that may create the illusion of structures that do not exist. High-resolution satellite imagery and ground truthing are essential for verifying such claims. Without these tools, it is challenging to conclusively determine whether the monoliths are real objects or simply anomalies in the data. Secondly, the harsh and dynamic environment of Antarctica poses significant challenges for the preservation of any structures. The continent is subject to extreme weather conditions, including powerful winds, sub-zero temperatures, and shifting ice. These factors make it unlikely for any standing structures, particularly those made of conventional materials, to remain intact for long periods. If the monoliths were indeed real, their material composition and resilience would be subjects of intense scientific interest. Despite these challenges, the possibility of the monoliths being real cannot be entirely dismissed without further investigation. Antarctica has long been a place of mystery and intrigue, with many aspects of its geography and history still shrouded in uncertainty. The discovery of ancient microbial life in subglacial lakes and the existence of large, unexplored cave systems beneath the ice suggest that the continent holds many secrets yet to be revealed. If the monoliths were found to be genuine, the implications would be profound. They could potentially rewrite our understanding of human history, geology, or even our place in the universe. The discovery of ancient structures in Antarctica could indicate a previously unknown chapter of human or pre-human civilization, suggesting that the continent was once habitable and inhabited. Alternatively, if the monoliths were of non-terrestrial origin, it would revolutionize our understanding of extraterrestrial life and contact. In either scenario, the discovery would prompt a re-evaluation of Antarctica's role in global history and prehistory. It would likely lead to increased international interest and collaboration in Antarctic research, fostering new scientific and exploratory missions to uncover the continent's hidden mysteries. In the aftermath of the cataclysmic eruption of Mount St. Helens in 1980, the landscape surrounding the volcano was forever altered, transformed into a desolate wilderness of ash and devastation. Yet amidst the chaos and destruction, a soldier stationed in the area had a harrowing encounter that defied all rational explanation. An encounter with a creature that would come to be known as the Bat Squatch. The soldier, whose name was redacted, was part of a search and rescue team tasked with scouring the ash-covered terrain for survivors and assessing the extent of the damage wrought by the eruption. As they traversed the barren landscape, their senses heightened by the acrid smell of sulfur and the ominous rumble of distant aftershocks. They stumbled upon a scene that would haunt them for the rest of their days. Perched atop a jagged outcrop of rock silhouetted against the ashen sky was a creature unlike anything the soldier had ever seen. Standing over 7 feet tall, with leathery wings stretched taut against its muscular frame, the creature exuded an aura of primal menace. Its eyes glowed with an otherworldly light, reflecting the fires that still smoldered in the heart of the volcano. And its most striking feature, a grotesque fusion of bat and ape, sent a shiver down the soldier's spine, filling him with a primal fear that transcended reason. Frozen in place by the sheer enormity of the creature before him, the soldier could only watch in mute horror as the Bat Squatch unfurled its wings and took flight, soaring effortlessly into the smoke-choked sky. For a moment, time stood still, and the soldier found himself caught in the grip of an ancient and primordial terror, a terror that whispered of forces beyond human comprehension and the mysteries that lurked in the depths of the earth. In the days and weeks that followed, the soldier's encounter with the Bat Squatch became the subject of fevered speculation and whispered rumors among those who had witnessed the devastation of Mount St. Helens firsthand. Some dismissed his story as the delusions of a traumatized mind, attributing the sighting to the stress and exhaustion of the rescue efforts. Others, however, believed that the soldier had glimpsed something far more profound, a creature from the depths of legend, awakened by the fury of the volcano, and unleashed upon the world once more. As time passed and the memory of the eruption faded into history, the tale of the Bat Squatch became a cautionary reminder of the awesome power of nature and the mysteries that lurk in the darkest corners of the earth. The mysterious creature, referred to as the Bat Squatch, has captivating resemblances to the a legendary being commonly described as a fusion of a bat and the renowned Sasquatch. These two mythical creatures, steeped in folklore and speculation, share a mysterious aura that has long intrigued enthusiasts of the unexplained. The initial recognition of this phenomenon dates back to the 1980s, within the vicinity of Mount St. Helens located in Washington state. During that period, notable interest and observations were directed towards this occurrence. The detailed accounts depict the Bat Squatch as an impressive creature towering at a striking height of 9 feet, capturing the attention of spectators with its piercing yellow eyes, vivid blue fur, and a formidable array of razor-sharp teeth. Its menacing appearance includes a wolf-like snout, while its wings, reminiscent of those of bats, span an impressive length of 50 feet, constructed from leathery membranes. The Bat Squatch's imposing stature, combined with its distinctive features, instills a sense of awe and intrigue in those who encounter this mysterious beast. The notion held by certain individuals suggests that the observed sightings of Bat Squatch may potentially be linked to interactions with Mothman. In the month of April in the year 1994, a notable incident occurred featuring a man identified as Brian Canfield. While navigating his truck through Pierce County, Washington, an unforeseen event transpired as Canfield encountered a sudden and total engine malfunction. This incident halted his journey abruptly, posing an unexpected challenge during his drive. Upon the descent of the Bat Squatch as it made contact with the ground in front of a mesmerized onlooker, a chain reaction ensued, leading to the publication of numerous newspaper articles. These articles significantly elevated the profile of this strange creature, firmly establishing it as the iconic cryptid of Washington state. The sighting that has occurred recently is thought by certain individuals to have a correlation with an event that transpired several years back. This linkage has sparked a considerable amount of speculation and interest within the community. On the notable date of May 18, 1980, Mount St. Helens demonstrated its immense force, resulting in a catastrophic eruption that left a lasting impact. Amid the aftermath, an extensive area stretching across 203 square miles and an additional 150 acres, brimming with diverse and lively forests, met its total devastation. The once thriving landscape was entirely wiped out, leaving a void where nature's beauty once flourished. In this particular area, there was an immense landslide incident, setting the benchmark as the most extensive one on record. Huge blocks of compact rock were vigorously thrust downwards along the mountainside, entirely burying the once exposed landscape during the calamitous occurrence. A deluge of mud and ash cascaded ceaselessly from above, shrouding the radiant glow of the sun and shrouding the environment in a veil of obscurity. The severity of the disaster was heightened by the continuous echoes of thunder and bursts of lightning that echoed across the region, instilling a feeling of fear and hopelessness among the inhabitants. The relentless rumblings of thunder and the dazzling flashes of lightning added an element of dread and hopelessness to an already dire situation. During this era, a prevailing notion exists that the appearance of the mysterious entity called Batsquatch took place in this barren expanse, stirring curiosity and sparking numerous speculations among those fascinated by such mysteries. In the year February 2009, a further documented encounter with the mysterious Batsquatch occurred in the vicinity of the awe-inspiring Mount Shasta in California. During this occurrence, a cluster of avid hikers, thoroughly relishing their expedition in the vicinity, observed the event firsthand. Their excitement added an extra layer of enthusiasm to the experience as they immersed themselves in the beauty of the surroundings. In a state of disbelief, they witnessed a massive entity coming out of a cavern located deep within the harsh landscape of the mountain. The Batsquatch, a creature of colossal proportions and remarkable grandeur, elegantly ascended into the expanse of heavens, eliciting astonishment from the hikers who witnessed this incredible sight. In Butler County, Pennsylvania, an intriguing and noteworthy event occurred. In a remarkable sighting, a majestic Batsquatch entity, towering impressively at a staggering height of 8 feet, was witnessed assuming an unusual stance, seemingly stooped down, positioned along the edge of the road. Witnesses made significant observations regarding this specific sighting, highlighting an exceptionally remarkable characteristic. The entity had a head that bore a striking resemblance to an aerodynamic helmet, showcasing a distinct shape that caught their attention. The creature known as Batsquatch, which has been the subject of numerous reports and sightings, is described as possessing notable physical features that set it apart. Not only does this mysterious entity exhibit muscular arms and legs that are well developed along with claw-like appendages, but it is also distinguished by its unique and striking appearance. The incident that drew significant interest occurred on April 14, 2014, at Archbishop Hogan High School in Akron, Ohio. The event sparked widespread attention and speculation within the local community and beyond due to its intriguing nature. The captivating tale of the Batsquatch carries deep cultural importance in the rich tapestry of Native American legends, specifically rooted in the scenic Pacific Northwest area of the United States. The native populations inhabiting this region possess deeply intertwined tales of a powerful and supernatural being reminiscent of an enormous bat with a unique humanoid form, roaming the thick woodlands and etching an enduring impression on the souls and psyches of individuals who, by chance or fate, encounter its presence. These intricate narratives, passed down through generations, vividly depict the mystical entity as a mystical guardian of the forests, revered and feared in equal measure by those who have come face to face with its mysterious aura. Throughout numerous generations, these fascinating narratives have been treasured and transmitted, standing as a testament to the lasting impact of this mysterious entity on the community's shared awareness. The stories woven around this strange being have endured the test of time, becoming a profound reflection of its enduring influence on the cultural fabric of the region. The legend of the Bat Squatch has its roots deeply intertwined in history, evolving over time with each narration adding to the mysterious aura surrounding this fantastical being. Originating from tales passed down through generations, the Bat Squatch has captured the imagination of many with its mysterious presence. Eyewitness reports of the mythical creature known as the Bat Squatch show discrepancies in their portrayals. However, certain recurring features are commonly mentioned across various testimonies. This mysterious entity is commonly portrayed as a gigantic creature, possessing traits reminiscent of bats and a human-like body structure adorned with enormous wings that extend over vast distances. The depiction often emphasizes the imposing nature of this being, combining a blend of supernatural and earthly features to create a formidable presence. In a wealth of accounts, the appearance of its outer layer, regardless of whether it is fur or feathers, varies significantly, showcasing a spectrum of colors that span from rich, dark brown to a foreboding black shade. Witnesses often make specific reference to the Bat Squatch's eyes, which reputedly shine with a threatening red gleam, intensifying the overall sense of fear that envelopes this strange creature. In essence, the distinguishing feature of this remarkable being lies in its remarkable appendages, razor-sharp claws that embellish both its hands and feet, possessing the capacity to cause substantial damage to any potential adversaries. The creature known as Bat Squatch demands notice, not only due to its striking visual presence, but also because of the havoc it could wreak upon encountering it. Witnesses have reported that the Bat Squatch is known for producing a terrifying screech or a haunting wail that adds to the already intense fear and unease experienced during any interaction with this mysterious being. The bone-chilling sound it emits is described as a chilling cry that heightens the sense of dread surrounding encounters with this cryptid. In the annals of cryptozoology, few encounters have captured the imagination and sparked as much speculation as the remarkable tale of Albert Osman's encounter with Bigfoot. Osman's story, recounted in vivid detail and with unwavering conviction, offers a tantalizing glimpse into the elusive world of the legendary creature known as Bigfoot or Sasquatch. From the rugged wilderness of British Columbia to the depths of human imagination, Osman's account resonates with a sense of authenticity and intrigue that continues to fascinate believers and skeptics alike. In the year 1924, amidst the waning fervor of the gold rush era, Albert Osman, a Swedish immigrant, embarked on a new adventure in gold prospecting. Following years of toil in construction and logging, Osman sought a refreshing change. Intrigued by the tales of a nearby gold mine close to Toba Inlet in the vicinity of Vancouver, Canada, he saw this as an opportunity for both exploration and a chance to unwind. The picturesque setting of the area, adorned with lush green trees and encircled by majestic mountains, promised a serene escape from his prolonged stint in construction work. Engaging the services of a knowledgeable indigenous guide, Osman was led to the head of the Toba Inlet while being regaled with captivating stories about the region. The guide's vivid narratives painted a vivid picture of the land and its history, immersing Osman further into the allure of his surroundings. In a particular story, there was a mention of a fabled gold mine. It revolved around a Caucasian man who frequented the mine, known for his excessive drinking habits. yet he always seemed to possess an abundance of gold. However, on one occasion, he ventured into the mine and never returned. Local speculations arose, suggesting that a Sasquatch, a legendary ape-like creature, might have been responsible for his disappearance. Upon encountering a creature unknown to him, Osman initially dismissed it as mere folklore. Subsequently, after his guide left him at a designated location near the inlet, he instructed the guide to return for him in 3 weeks, as he intended to camp there upon completing his prospecting expedition. Progressing further into the wilderness for about 10 miles in search of a rumored gold mine, Osman eventually identified a prime location for his base camp. However, his tranquility was short-lived, for peculiar occurrences unfolded mere days later. Waking from a deep slumber one morning, Osman was bewildered to find his campsite in disarray, despite hearing no disturbances the night before. An initial assumption of an animal's involvement was made to explain the unsettling events. On the second night of his camping expedition, Osman discovered that his backpack had been emptied with food clearly missing. Rather than venturing out in search of gold, he decided to remain at the camp, eager to catch a glimpse of the perpetrator. Despite his vigilance, nothing revealed itself. Determined not to fall asleep on the third night, Osman was resolute in his efforts to uncover the mystery shrouding his camp. Yet his determination faltered as he succumbed to sleep. In the dead of night, he was abruptly roused from his slumber, as an unseen force lifted him from the ground, still cocooned within his sleeping bag. The eerie events of that night left him both perplexed and anxious as he pondered the mysterious presence haunting his campsite. After enduring what he estimated to be a 3-hour ordeal of being forcibly moved and carried, Osman was eventually released. He recounted hearing voices, a total of 4, conversing in an unfamiliar language. With the rising sun shedding light on his surroundings, he was able to observe them clearly. The group consisted of an elderly man, an elderly woman as well as a young boy and a girl. The towering stature of the elderly woman, towering over 7 feet tall and weighing around 500 pounds, left a lasting impression on him. The elderly man, exceeding her in size, appeared formidable, leading Osman to question the effectiveness of his firearm against such a massive being. Concerned it might provoke aggression instead of providing protection. During his captivity, within a secluded valley, the strange family of oversized shaggy humanoids sustained him by occasionally offering sweet roots as sustenance. Initially reserved, the younger members gradually warmed up to Osman, displaying curiosity about him. Engaging with them, he crafted makeshift ladles for them and entertained them with old snuff cans as toys, fostering a rapport that would later contribute to his devised escape strategy. While he had previously been told a tale about a man blinding a bull by casting snuff into its eyes, his encounter with Sasquatch provided a first-hand experience of the allure of snuff. Initially offering the young boy a snuff box containing a teaspoon of the substance, it became evident that both Sasquatch and the old man derived pleasure from its taste, eagerly returning for more. Realizing that the key to his escape lay in feeding the old man an entire box of snuff, Osman observed the man's growing fascination with the product as he inched closer. This escalating interest culminated in the old man seizing a box, promptly emptying its contents into his mouth with a single gulp, and then meticulously licking the container clean. After some time had passed, the elderly gentleman started feeling unwell. Sensing an opportunity, Osman swiftly seized the moment and fled. Brandishing his rifle, he fired off warning shots to cover his escape. Remarkably, no one pursued him. Descending the mountain, he eventually reached a camp situated nearby. Initially, Osman simply informed the locals of his predicament, claiming he was lost, choosing to keep the encounter with the Sasquatch to himself out of fear of ridicule. It wasn't until much later that he divulged this detail, apprehensive of being labeled delusional. Consequently, he resolved never to venture into prospecting activities again. Haunted by the unsettling experience, the notion of mysterious beings inhabiting the untamed wilderness has long captivated believers, with numerous recounts echoing this idea. Intriguingly, this narrative of encountering colossal humanoids towering over individuals is not a novel occurrence. However, scientists assert that without substantial evidence substantiating these claims, they cannot be regarded as established truths. This pervasive theme of encountering mysterious entities in remote areas continues to fascinate many, shedding light on the profound impact of these stories on those who claim to have experienced such encounters. Despite the allure of these tales, the scientific community remains hesitant to embrace them as verifiable facts until conclusive proof is forthcoming. Throughout history, numerous individuals have dubbed this particular incident as one of the most frightening episodes to date. They have emphasized that Albert Ostman, the central figure in this encounter, was characterized as a reserved and unassuming individual, which raises doubts regarding any potential fabrication of the details he recounted. According to reports, in his pursuit of a fulfilling life, he consistently shied away from seeking fame and instead prioritized simplicity. Albert Ostman's account is widely considered one of the most credible accounts involving a Bigfoot creature. One of the primary reasons for the difficulty in obtaining physical evidence of Bigfoot is the creature's elusive nature and mastery of its environment. Bigfoot is believed to be a highly intelligent and elusive creature capable of evading detection and blending seamlessly into its natural surroundings. With its keen senses and instinctual awareness of its surroundings, Bigfoot has honed the art of stealth and camouflage to near perfection, making it exceedingly difficult for humans to capture definitive proof of its existence. Moreover, Bigfoot is believed to inhabit some of the most remote and inaccessible regions of North America, far from the prying eyes of civilization. The dense forests, rugged mountains, and vast swaths of wilderness that comprise Bigfoot's habitat are often impenetrable to all but the most determined and resourceful researchers. As a result, opportunities for direct encounters with Bigfoot are rare, and obtaining physical evidence such as hair, scat, or footprints can be exceedingly challenging. Even when physical evidence of Bigfoot is discovered, it is often subject to skepticism and scrutiny from the scientific community and mainstream media. In many cases, purported Bigfoot hair samples, footprints, or other matter have been dismissed as hoaxes or misidentifications of known animal species. Without rigorous scientific analysis and verification, it can be difficult to distinguish genuine evidence of Bigfoot from mundane or fabricated artifacts. Furthermore, the study of Bigfoot is hindered by the lack of consensus among researchers and investigators regarding the creature's taxonomy and classification. While some scientists believe that Bigfoot represents a distinct species of hominid or primate, others argue that it may be a surviving remnant of an ancient ancestor or a previously undiscovered species of ape. Without a clear understanding of Bigfoot's taxonomic status, it is challenging to design effective research methodologies and protocols for obtaining physical evidence of the creature. In addition to these challenges, the stigma and skepticism surrounding the study of Bigfoot can deter serious researchers and scientists from dedicating time and resources to the investigation. Despite the growing body of anecdotal evidence and eyewitness accounts, Bigfoot remains a fringe topic in the scientific community, often relegated to the realm of pseudoscience or sensationalism. As a result, funding for Bigfoot research is scarce, and opportunities for rigorous scientific study are limited. Despite these obstacles, there have been instances where physical evidence of Bigfoot has been discovered, providing tantalizing glimpses into the creature's existence. One of the most compelling pieces of evidence is the famous Patterson Gimlin film captured in 1967. which purportedly shows a female Bigfoot walking through the forests of Northern California. While skeptics have attempted to debunk the film as a hoax, numerous experts have analyzed the footage and concluded that it is authentic and unaltered. Similarly, there have been numerous documented cases of Bigfoot footprints, hair samples, and fecal matter collected from various locations across North America. While some of these samples have been subjected to scientific analysis and found to be inconclusive, others have yielded intriguing results that defy easy explanation. For example, DNA analysis of purported Bigfoot hair samples has revealed sequences that do not match any known animal species, raising questions about their origin and authenticity. As of right now, the quest for physical evidence of Bigfoot is a challenging and complex endeavor that is fraught with obstacles and uncertainties. From the creature's elusive nature and mastery of its environment to the lack of consensus among researchers and the stigma surrounding the study of Bigfoot, there are numerous factors that have hindered efforts to obtain conclusive proof of its existence. Despite these challenges, there have been instances where physical evidence of Bigfoot has been discovered, providing tantalizing clues that continue to fuel speculation and debate about the creature's existence. As researchers continue to explore the wild places of North America in search of Bigfoot, the quest for definitive proof of its existence remains one of the greatest mysteries of the natural world. Wiltshire, a county in southwest England, is renowned for its historical landmarks and strange phenomena. In addition to its famous crop circles and ancient megaliths like Stonehenge, Wiltshire is now the site of an intriguing modern mystery: an egg-shaped metallic UFO sighting. This event, which occurred in the middle of a private field, has captivated both the local population and UFO enthusiasts, who have stated that over the last few decades, more and more of these oval-shaped UFOs are being witnessed, leading to a variety of interesting theories to be put forward. A man going by the name of John shared an intriguing picture of an odd oval-shaped object that had landed in the center of the field on social media. When he first drew closer, he claimed he thought it might have been a drone or something blimp-like, but he was unable to make out what he was seeing. The individual claimed that the encounter took place in Wiltshire, England, a region well known for being a hotbed for UFO sightings. The location of the object was on private land in the middle of a sizable field. The man claimed that although it is not visible in the picture, there are several signs to the left informing people that this is private land and barbed wire dividing the field from the road. The object's details emerged as he got closer. It was a metallic oval that was shiny and about the size of a small vehicle lying peacefully on the ground. The man saw that the item had a smooth, nearly mirror-like surface that reflected light and had a little to it. It was the smoothest-looking item John had ever seen, with no visible openings or seams. The thing seemed even more strange when the sun set, giving the landscape a golden tint. Oddly enough, this isn't the first time that this type of object has been witnessed. In fact, according to an interview conducted exclusively by the news outlet, the Daily Mail, a whistleblower has revealed that during the 1980s, an unidentified flying object with a distinctive egg-shaped, metallic exterior was securely stored at a hidden military base in Nevada. Engineers stationed at the Nevada Air Base have made a rather intriguing claim regarding a peculiar aircraft discovered in the desert, and they assert that the Central Intelligence Agency stumbled upon this mysterious craft and promptly transferred it to their custody for thorough investigation. However, faced with an overwhelming mystery, the engineers found themselves unable to gain access to the inner workings of the object. As a result, it was subsequently shipped off to another base, in hopes that further studies could be conducted. The man went so far as to suggest that the low humming sound was interacting with the surrounding vegetation in order to have an impact on the ecosystem. He saw that the plant stems were bending in the direction of the object, almost like a magnet. In 1976, a similar sighting was reported near the village of Avebury, involving an egg-shaped metallic object seen hovering over a field. Witnesses described the object as having a smooth, reflective surface and exhibiting flight capabilities far beyond conventional aircraft. Such incidents have kept Wiltshire at the forefront of UFO research and public interest. The more commonplace theories put out by skeptics were atmospheric occurrences or optical illusions, and they also contended that psychological variables, such as sleep deprivation or increased suggestibility brought on by the area's mystical reputation, might have impacted John's report. Several doubters suggested that since the item was observed on a farmer's property, it might have been a piece of farming equipment in use. However, believers have said that UFO sightings above farmland are not a new phenomenon, adding that reports of strange objects in the sky date back to ancient times. The modern era of UFO sightings began in the mid-20th century. Rural areas, including farmland, have frequently been the settings for these encounters, possibly due to the clear visibility and lack of light pollution that such locations provide. One of the earliest and most famous cases occurred in 1950 in McMinnville, Oregon. Paul and Evelyn Trent captured photographs of a metallic, disc-shaped object hovering over their farm. These images remain some of the most credible and widely studied UFO photographs to this day. A compelling theory posits that these egg-shaped UFOs may actually be drones, serving as reconnaissance or exploratory vehicles for larger, more complex motherships. The concept of drones or unmanned aerial vehicles is well established in human technology. Modern drones are used for various purposes, including surveillance, scientific research, and military operations. By extrapolating from our own technological advancements, it is conceivable that an advanced extraterrestrial civilization could employ similar yet far more sophisticated technologies. Egg-shaped metallic UFOs are often described as exhibiting flight characteristics that surpass current human capabilities, and these include rapid acceleration, sudden changes in direction, and silent operation. Such capabilities suggest the use of advanced propulsion systems, possibly involving anti-gravity or inertial dampening technologies. If these smaller craft are indeed drones, they could be designed for optimal maneuverability and efficiency, enabling them to navigate diverse environments and gather data with precision. Reports of egg-shaped metallic UFOs often describe them as small, compact, and highly maneuverable. Witnesses frequently note their seamless reflective surfaces and the absence of visible means of propulsion, and these features align with the idea of a drone designed for stealth and efficiency. For instance, the 1964 New Mexico sighting by police officer Lonnie Zamora involved a small egg-shaped craft with unusual markings. The object was seen landing and then taking off at high speed, leaving behind physical evidence such as burn marks and depressions in the ground. Similar reports from various parts of the world describe small agile UFOs that appear to be conducting detailed surveys or inspections of the environment. UFO researchers that have spent decades looking into these mysterious aircrafts have suggested that these egg-shaped metallic UFOs are indeed drones, and that their design and operation might serve several potential purposes. One primary function of these drones could be to gather information about Earth's environment, including its geography, climate, and biological diversity. Advanced sensors and imaging technologies could enable these drones to collect high-resolution data, which could be transmitted back to a larger mothership or to a distant control center. These drones might also be used for scientific exploration, studying phenomena such as weather patterns, magnetic fields, and other natural occurrences. Their ability to hover and maneuver in precise ways would make them ideal for detailed scientific observation and analysis. Another possible function is the monitoring of human activity and technological progress. The presence of these drones near military installations, nuclear facilities, and other strategic locations suggests a keen interest in our technological capabilities and societal development. This surveillance could be part of a broader effort to assess potential threats or opportunities for contact. These drones might also be assessing the impact of human activity on the environment. With advanced sensors, they could monitor pollution levels, deforestation, and other indicators of environmental health. This information could be crucial for an extraterrestrial civilization in understanding how human actions are affecting the planet. If egg-shaped metallic UFOs or drones, it is likely that they operate in conjunction with larger, more complex motherships. These motherships could serve as command centers, housing sophisticated communication systems, scientific laboratories, and living quarters for advanced beings. The motherships might remain in orbit or hidden in remote locations, deploying smaller drones for specific missions, and then receiving and processing the collected data. The relationship between the drones and the motherships could be akin to that between satellites and ground stations in human space programs. And the motherships could provide logistical support, repair facilities, and energy replenishment for the drones, ensuring their sustained operation over long periods. In more recent times, sightings of egg-shaped metallic UFOs have continued to be reported worldwide. For instance, in February 2004, pilots and crew encountered an egg-shaped object off the coast of California. The object, described as smooth and metallic, exhibited flight capabilities far beyond any known human technology. This incident, among others, has been part of ongoing investigations by the U.S. Department of Defense into unexplained aerial phenomena. Theories surrounding egg-shaped metallic UFOs are as diverse as the sightings themselves. Broadly, these theories can be categorized into natural phenomena, advanced human technology, and extraterrestrial origins. Some skeptics argue that many UFO sightings, including those of egg-shaped objects, can be attributed to natural phenomena. These explanations include atmospheric conditions, optical illusions, or misidentified man-made objects, such as weather, balloons, or conventional aircraft. However, this theory often falls short in explaining sightings involving high-speed maneuvers, sudden accelerations, and other characteristics that defy known physical laws. Another prevalent theory is that these UFOs are actually advanced human technology, possibly developed in secret by military or private entities. Proponents of this viewpoint to the rapid advancements in aerospace technology and the possibility of classified projects that are far ahead of publicly acknowledged capabilities. These UFO incidents, for example, have led some to speculate about the existence of breakthrough propulsion technologies that can account for the observed flight characteristics. The most tantalizing and widely discussed theory is that egg-shaped metallic UFOs are of advanced origin. Advocates of this hypothesis argue that the advanced flight capabilities and behaviors observed in many sightings are indicative of technology far beyond human reach. This theory is bolstered by the lack of conclusive evidence tying these objects to any known human source. Furthermore, the presence of similar sightings across different cultures and time periods suggests a pattern that transcends mere coincidence or hoaxes. The impact of egg-shaped metallic UFOs has been profound, and many websites that track unidentified object sightings have said that this type of UFO sighting is on the rise. Public interest in UFOs has been further ignited by recent developments, such as the release of previously classified U.S. government documents and the establishment of official programs to investigate unexplained aerial phenomena. These initiatives have lent a degree of legitimacy to the study of UFOs, encouraging more serious consideration of the subject within both scientific and governmental circles. In addition to their influence on popular culture, egg-shaped metallic UFOs have also had a tangible impact on scientific inquiry. Researchers in fields ranging from aerospace engineering to theoretical physics have been drawn to the challenge of explaining the extraordinary flight characteristics reported in many sightings. This has led to innovative ideas and theories, some of which may eventually contribute to advancements in human technology. Due to the amount of sightings that have been reported by eyewitnesses above Wiltshire in England, this location now has a reputation as a hotspot for UFO sightings, attracting the attention of researchers, enthusiasts, and curious tourists from around the world. Wiltshire's association with the mysterious dates back millennia. With its iconic ancient sites such as Stonehenge and Avebury, these megalithic structures have long been linked to astronomical observations and otherworldly connections, setting a cultural backdrop that primes the region for modern UFO lore. One of the most compelling UFO cases in Wiltshire occurred in 1965 near the village of Warminster. Residents reported a series of strange noises and unexplained aerial phenomena, leading to what is now known as the Warminster Thing. Over several years, hundreds of sightings were reported involving mysterious lights, cigar-shaped crafts, and flying discs. This period of intense activity firmly established Wiltshire in the annals of UFO history. In the decades since, sightings have continued to be reported across the county. Various theories have been proposed to explain why Wiltshire experiences a high concentration of UFO sightings. These theories encompass natural phenomena, human-made objects, and the possibility of extraterrestrial visitation. The most intriguing theory is that some sightings represent genuine encounters with mysterious aircrafts that can't be explained. Proponents argue that the advanced flight characteristics and behaviors observed in many Wiltshire UFO sightings suggest technology far beyond human capabilities. The persistent and detailed nature of some reports lends credence to the idea that Wiltshire might be a focal point for extraterrestrial surveillance or contact. Wiltshire's reputation as a UFO hotspot has had a significant impact on local culture and tourism, and the county has embraced its mysterious status with numerous events, tours, and attractions catering to UFO enthusiasts and curious visitors. Annual UFO conferences and gatherings in towns like Warminster and Marlborough draw speakers and attendees from around the world, fostering a community of researchers and believers. These events often include lectures, workshops, and skywatching sessions contributing to the local economy and promoting Wiltshire as a center for UFO research. As of right now, Wiltshire's status as a UFO hotspot is a fascinating blend of historical intrigue, modern sightings, and cultural impact. While explanations for the high frequency of UFO reports range from natural phenomena to advanced human technology and extraterrestrial visitation, the allure of the unknown ensures that Wiltshire remains a focal point for UFO enthusiasts and researchers.